Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to another video. You read the title. In today's video, I'll be talking about a difference I see with Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. Because recently, I've been seeing a lot of things that really just make me just question and kind of compare. Obviously, last season was just completely different for Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, and their situations right now are real different. Steph Curry is just coming off his 4th championship, his first finals MVP where he was fantastic. There is nothing anybody can say at this point. He's on top right now in that sense. Kevin Durant though, y'all, he just came off the worst playoff series of his career, getting swept in the first round. He shot 38%, was bad offensively, bad defensively. Him and his Brooklyn Nets team drastically failed expectations again. Because in the 2 years he's been healthy with the Nets, the expectation has been championship, and they have not gotten past the second round. And of course, just earlier this offseason, Kevin Durant requested a trade and wanted out of Brooklyn. Kyrie was also reportedly considering leaving Brooklyn. But fast forward to now, both of them are going to be at least starting the next season with the Nets. But once again, Steph Curry's past year and Kevin Durant's past year, both of their teams had championship expectations. One succeeded, the other one completely failed. And so you'd think the narratives around them would be drastically different, but they're not. The energy around KD right now is pretty much the same as it was last year, after 2021 when they lost in the second round. Now 2021, even though they lost in the second round, KD was incredible. This year, obviously, not at all the same. But my question is, why is the conversation the same? Especially when you compare it to the conversations around Steph Curry when he lost in the playoffs the last time. The last 2 times Steph Curry's season ended with a loss were the 2019 finals and of course the 2021 season. The Warriors lost the 2019 finals against the Raptors. Of course, KD only played 12 minutes that whole series, and then Klay went down in game 6. Curry averaged 30 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds that series on 41% shooting, being guarded like he was the only person on the court. Obviously, it wasn't enough. The Warriors ended up losing, but this was the type of discourse after that series, despite him having a playoff run averaging 28 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists on 44% shooting.
It is what it is about Steph.
What does that mean?
I don't think Steph is on the level of a LeBron James, of a Kevin Durant, of a Kawhi Leonard. I think he is one hell of a player. That's not to diminish anything he's been able to accomplish. I don't think his skill set is enough to carry a team by himself the way we saw some of these other individuals do so.
The closers for that organization has been Kevin Durant and obviously Klay Thompson. He's been the guy.
Even Andre Iguodala before Steph returned.
Right? You know, Finals MVP once upon a time also, but
I feel like we give him a lot of passes. I feel like it's unfair because any other superstar in the league don't get as many passes as Steph Curry. His finals, the way he performed in the finals, I mean, he got to get some kind of, criticism behind it. Because, I mean, what's this, the 5th finals?
Yeah.
And, he have yet to really show up. Now, let's compare the two. James is a better scorer than Steph Curry. James is a better rebounder than Steph Curry. James is a better facilitator than Steph Curry. All around, and the all-around player, the skill set, and who brings more to the table is James Harden. He's a better all-around player than Steph Curry.
He's not a great player.
He a better player.
But you just said what?
He had just led his team to a 5th straight finals, this time mostly without Kevin Durant again. But because they lost the finals, it was this type of stuff being said. Then fast forward to the end of the 2021 season after the Warriors lost the play-in game to the Grizzlies. In the 2021 season, the Warriors probably had an even worse roster than they did in the 2019 finals after everybody got injured, but Curry that year averaged 32 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists on 48% shooting, was absolutely fantastic, still getting defended like he was the only person on the court. But of course, the Warriors would lose play-in games to the Lakers and then the Grizzlies, and so they'd miss the playoffs. And so then, despite the amazing season he had, people said things like this. This is all the way up to even earlier this season.
Who would you want most in the playoffs?
Oh, Damian Lillard, easily. But under pressure in the playoffs, easily, Damian Lillard. And you know what they can't do? Shoot like James Harden. James Harden showed the court vision, the leadership, the scoring from anywhere unlike I'd ever seen before. He raised his game this year, and he's ahead of Steph Curry.
Would you say Trae Young's ceiling is actually higher than Steph's?
Yeah, in the playoffs, which is the only thing I care about, because he's fearless under pressure. Steph is careless under pressure. Steph shimmies in the regular season. Trae shimmies in the playoffs, Stephen A. Trae is Steph Curry, but in the playoffs, he elevates. The answer is yes, the ceiling is higher in the playoffs when it counts.
He went and saved Steph's legacy. Time out. He saved Steph Curry's legacy. Period. End of question.
The question is, how many titles in the next 4 years? So y'all gonna sit on First Take. You and Dominique Foxworth are going to sit on First Take and say that Steph Curry will not be in the conversation for a championship in the next 4 years.
Get us out of here, Victoria.
All right, we got it.
But of course, Steph Curry finishes the 2022 season as the Finals MVP, and so at this point, there's not a thing anybody can say. However, on ESPN's Best Player ranking, he was only 5th, when if you ask me, based on previous rankings, there's no reason why he should be any lower than 2. But now let's compare it to Kevin Durant. After his team lost in the second round of the 2021 playoffs. Of course he was great, but they did lose in the second round. Let's hear what people had to say about that.
Kevin Durant, we're really asking this question. The brother that averaged 28 and 7 on 53% shooting from the field, 45% shooting from three-point range. That dude who went to the playoffs and basically registered the same exact numbers from the field, from three-point range, and averaged nearly 27. This is that dude that was dancing on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Here's the deal. Kevin Durant, if he's wearing a size 12 or 13, Giannis goes home. I think that KD is the best player in the world. That's how I feel about him.
Kevin Durant is the best player in the world right now. And even Magic was tripping.
As a result, I'm going with the Brooklyn Nets. I think the Brooklyn Nets should be the favorites to win it all, to win the chip.
But according to Tim Bontemps' survey, the Lakers and Nets, they're predicted to make the NBA Finals. So, Nick.
I think it's got to start with Nets and Lakers. Like, why wouldn't you? Because, but, listen, I think Brooklyn, ever since they traded for James Harden, are the best team in the NBA. They just haven't been healthy. And so it's not just the Brooklyn should come out of the East. Brooklyn should lift up the Larry O'Brien trophy next June.
Not at all similar energy after Steph lost in the finals. In fact, on the NBA ranking for that year, Kevin Durant was number 1. Fast forward to the end of this year now. The best player in the world at the start of the season ends the season getting swept in the first round by the Celtics, had the worst playoff series of his career, shot 38%. He was horrendous. And another year of championship aspirations for the Nets ends in failure once again. And in this year's NBA ranking, Kevin Durant drops all the way from 1st to 8th, which I think is disrespectful. However, here's what some media members still have to say about KD. And this is after the season he got swept.
It's because he's the best player on the planet. It's because he averaged 30 a game in the 55 that he did play last year. It's because of, if his little toenail hadn't been on the line the year before, they would have beaten the team that won it all. That's what Kevin Durant does for you.
I got KD number 1. I got KD number 1. He's the best player in the world. When healthy, he's the best player in the world.
Even after he got swept, shooting 38%, some people are still calling Kevin Durant the best player in the world, when Steph Curry can lose a finals and then lose a play-in tournament averaging like 38 points, and is disrespect after disrespect. I don't understand how this is possible. Kevin Durant is one of the best players in the league, and his team has been projected to win the championship the past 2 seasons. They have not come close to that, and for the sake of narratives, that has not been a problem at all. But Steph Curry loses a finals, and all of a sudden he's not that guy. And so that's just something I really don't understand. I have no idea why that's been the case. I'm not calling for KD to be slandered, by the way. I'm not like that. I'm just very confused onto how KD can escape slander after 2 years of failure, while Steph Curry can win the championship, and he's at the same rank he was last year. Kevin Durant lost in the second round and was crowned the best player in the world. Steph Curry wins Finals MVP, and that doesn't move the needle at all. That's just very confusing to me. But hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos, share. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later.